What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Dokkan Battle. Now, if you guys are enjoying the Dokkan content, I'm bringing it back. I'm trying to bring it back on the daily. Make sure you hit the old thumbs up button and comment something down below. I don't care if you comment first. I don't even care if you comment first and you're like the 53rd person. Let's get some traction on these videos, guys. Let's help those analytics and get these videos back out there so we can get the ball rolling back in these Dokkan videos. 'Cause it's been a minute since these videos have been as hype as they really need to be. So, let's talk about the latest update because we are in maintenance right now. And 4.14.3 is actually going to be coming here in just a little bit. Now, according to maintenance, it says it's going to end here in 5 hours. I don't know about y'all. I doubt that sincerely. The last two maintenances have gone way, way over. So don't get like too antsy. Don't stay up for this. Don't, it'll be there in the morning when you wake up. Don't stay up for this mess. It's not worthwhile. And in fact, something really interesting that I do want to discuss. 4.14.3 is actually the latest version on the JP side. So we are basically caught up. In fact, if you go to global version here, the version we're on right now is 4.12.1. Check out the JP version. That was back in, what, October? Well, they didn't get a .1. They literally got 4.12 and then jumped to 4.14. So, like, that is months and months and months old. So all of these versions we're going to be getting at once. Now, there's going to be a conversation piece at the end that I want to talk about. But first, let's talk about what's coming here and the other things that you can expect. So it says, update 4.14.13 will be released. And it's going to bring basically this new graphical interface-ish. Basically, there's a new ring that goes around Dokkan Fest units. And then like a rainbow ring that goes around LRs. So basically, when you pull a Dokkan Fest, you're going to know it's a Dokkan Fest. Pretty normal stuff. I mean, pretty normal stuff, but pretty... It's like a nice quality of life improvement. It actually makes pulling a Dokkan Fest feel a little bit more special. So, regarding characters included in Chain Battle, you will be able to awaken, reverse Dokkan Awaken, and perform other actions on characters included in this Chain Battle team, which is nice. Basically, when Chain Battle comes, I usually go crazy and start, like, upgrading units and throwing things into units that I've been just chilling on for a while. And then I've got to, like, take them out of the team and do the upgrades and put it. It's such a pain. That is going to be a huge, huge, huge upgrade. Okay? And, of course, like we said, the summon results page is rectified. Now it'll tell you pulled a Dokkan Fest, which is really nice. Another thing that's really interesting, optimization of the missions page. Basically, it'll tell you what percentage of the mission, or fraction of the mission you've actually completed, which is another really big thing. And that actually helped me out on JP, because when it came on JP, rather than just showing you the percentage or, the rough bar of what you've completed, now you know, okay, I've got 3 out of 4 pieces, or in this case, 1 out of 3 pieces, or whatever it happens to be. Very handy thing. Alright, it says, regarding characters who can perform Giant Transformation, you'll be able to check a character's stats after Giant Transformation, including Giant Ape, Rage, blah, 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 blah. So, basically just like the transformation button, they'll add the information up here for Giant Ape. Not end of the world stuff, but, it is what it is. There's one thing down here at the bottom, you won't be able to see it, but the passive skill description of characters who can perform Giant Ape transformations will be displayed along with blah, 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 blah. So basically, everything's going to be displayed here just as it is for, like, normal transformation units. That's not end of the world stuff. What is interesting here, at the end of this, we're actually going to finally have the EZA for INT Gogeta. And that Extreme Z battle will be live basically when this ends. So start planning now. Basically for this one, what you want to do, if we go all the way down here to the bottom, it says characters from the movie bosses category take less damage, mitigate Super Gogeta's damage reduction, and increase damage. However, they won't be able to bypass his reduction against specific types. So in other words, he is still going to be basically able to hit all types. So he's going to hit hard. It's going to be a pain in the butt. But put your movie bosses on there, you're going to be pretty much good to go. that's kind of that. It's not wild and crazy. We will talk about that tomorrow. After it drops, I'm going to do the usual, fight it up to level 25, and then we'll go from there and talk about team building and all that good stuff. So expect that video out hopefully tomorrow early on in the day. Now, Gogeta himself is pretty wild. If you're not familiar with what he does, I have all the stats up over here. Before his EZA, his leader skill was Super Int Key 3 all stats 120%, and Extreme Int Key 1 all stats 50%. Goes up Super type is Key 3 all stats 130%. Not crazy. Extreme is Key 3, Extreme Int type, I should say. Key 3 all stats 90%. So significantly better on the extreme side. Super attack. Now, super attack was pretty straightforward. Immense damage to the enemy, lowers attack and defense. It is now raises defense for 1 turn, then causes immense damage to the enemy and lowers defense. So, not end of the world stuff, but definitely is a bit of a help. Passive skill before was the old style of just like one sentence passives. Attack 120%, attacks effective against all types. Now, after EZA, we have some pretty cool stuff going on here. Attack and defense 120%, that has not changed. Attacks effective against all types, that has not changed. Medium chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, with 1 or more key spheres obtained. That's a 30% chance. If you get 2 key spheres, you get an additional attack 40%, and now it's a 50% chance to evade. So that's kind of nice. And then high chance of performing critical hit with 3 or more key spheres obtained. So those of us that have crits in them, to be fair, you're not going to be able to collect those very often. You're not going to get 3 of them very often. That's really, really hard. 5 is max. 3 is a tough one. I mean, if you have crit in the guy, don't take it out. Don't start, like, throwing Dragon Stones into him to take crit off because, yeah, it's not the end of the world, really. He's going to be fine as it is. So, that's really the passive skills of him. His numbers do go pretty wild, though. Max stats, HP is 18,518 is literally, it's a weird number to say, but 18,518 is the HP stat, fully maxed out. And of course, that's not including skill orbs or anything like that. Attack is 19,738. And defense is 10,787. So his numbers are really, I'm reading it over here. Numbers are really, really, really good. Now, before we go, that's kind of really it. The one thing that I do want to talk about, and I think this is really important to consider on this. Saiyan Day is coming up real soon. We've talked about that a lot in videos lately. But with Saiyan Day, there's coming a celebration. And I believe the celebration has already been teased to be a global and JP crossover. Now, 4.14.3 is the latest version on JP. It is the version that actually introduced the revival skill. If you're not familiar, it's a lot like the free senzus that we get in some other units prior, but unit basically has to be completely killed for that to happen, and then comes back and it's either, like Super Saiyan or Ultra Instinct, or now it's changed to Master Roshi instead of whoever it was before. It's revival skill has a lot of different uses. It can change cards altogether. It can bring the card back in a different form. It can do all kinds of stuff. Now, if we are getting a crossover with JP, where both of us are getting the same unit for Saiyan Day, is there a possibility in your mind that you feel like that card is going to have the revival skill? It's not out of the question. It's actually pretty common that we get quality of life upgrades much faster than JP. I won't say this has been the fastest ever, but it's pretty darn up there. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think we are going to be getting a revival unit in 10 days for Saiyan Day? I think it's an interesting point of context. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Like, comment, and share. I'm going to be back at you guys with more Dokkan Battle tomorrow, whenever the game comes back.